If you are spending $5,000 a month on your girl, and like you're over 14% body fat, whatever, and you're using money in any way to fucking overcome the fact that you're not attractive, I think that puts you in the sugar daddy category.
How much money does a guy need to make in order to be with you?
I'm sure that it will be a reasonable amount, as they seem like a very down-to-earth person.
Way over $5 million.
I'm sorry, how much? Was that per year?
Over $5 million?
Yes.
Per year?
Yes.
Why?
Yes, why? That is a very valid question. Why would a man have to make over $5 million a year just to have a chance of dating someone?
Why?
Because that's how much... Never mind.
Who caught that?
That's how much Big Daddy used to give
Why?
me.
Because that's how much... Never mind.
So over $5 million a year in order to be with you?
Yes.
And this is one of the many reasons I think that good women are actually having problems finding good men. Because guys are honestly being inundated with this type of thing all of the time. Because some women out there think that they are worth a partner that makes over $5 million a year just because they're young and pretty. I wonder how that's going to work when age finally catches up with them.
So what's the percentage of men that actually make that much
All
money?
right, so that's so funny. If only somebody kept up with stats like that, that would be crazy.
Like
so, ladies, the percentage of the population that makes $100,000 a year is how much? Just say it out. What do you think? Huh? What do you think?
13.
What do you think?
I was going to say like 5.
5%? What do you think?
Oh, wait, of U.S.?
15%.
15%. What do you think?
Yeah, probably like 15 or
15? What do you think?
Am I low?
Like 8%.
It's about 17% of the population makes $100,000 a year.
They don't have to make that, but I need them to at least be on my level, and I make like...
Oh, no. Let's talk about your level. To be in the top 1%, how much do you think you guys have to make? Anybody? How much do you think you have to make? She just said $5 million. To be in the top 1% of wage earners. Huh?
$500,000.
Keep going. Anybody else?
It's like 80 or 60.
Go ahead. Top 1%. What do you guys think?
300,000.
Huh? 3?
$300,000.
It's low.
Like 500,000.
You know what I love? I think we've been doing these shows so long. You guys are actually have pretty close answers. This is about $650,000 a year to be in the top
for the
1%. Top 1%.
Wow.
Top 1%. Okay.
I make about $50,000 a month.
Huh? 50,000. Yeah, it's 600,000 a year.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is why we're getting married.
No prenup.
You're getting a prenup, baby.
Oh, shit.
And soon you will be the guy that's eating the food that she bought for you.
She's going to be holding a knife to my neck.
And you're right.
Hold on. Look, when you do your taxes, like do you just write off everything?
No, after taxes, I make a little less than that. But after taxes and everything, I make about like 400,000.
Yeah, that's why you're paying about 35% tax rate
35%.
here.
But I make a very good amount between everything, and I'm aging to get more. Like, I'm starting my own skincare line. I got with a manufacturer.
Is most of your income from OF?
No, I don't do LF.
Okay, so where's most of your income from?
Most of my income from like modeling and like other ventures and stuff like that. Like mostly modeling, photo shoots, being a host, like different things.
Okay. Got it. Okay. So
I mean, I'm kind of like a professional. I'm kind of like a legal pimp. I get 20% of what the girls make.
do you understand? My friends own Sapphire in fucking New York. I would appreciate if you didn't say words like that. That's crazy. Oh my God. That's
no, erase that. I don't want to get fired.
Yeah.
Michael Wright.
Okay, awesome. So you guys understand. So now we're talking about $5 million a year. We're talking about 1/100th of 1%, or maybe 1/1000th. Does everybody understand that? Making $5 million a year. In fact, if you're making $5 million a year in regular income, you're kind of stupid, because what you should do is you should be getting stock options, or you should be investing in real estate, or finding some other way to sort of defer the tax liability that you're going to get, because you're in the highest tax bracket.
Yeah, we talked about this the other day. Like
Yeah.
I was telling you where to invest my money and stuff like that.
What I'm saying is we're making we're having a discussion right now. We're having a discussion right now about like taxation, that I'm positive that this woman who's like, I need a man who makes $5 million a year, has
Her
no
dad
concept.
probably makes $5 million a year, or her brother has like a freaking something.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what it is. Her dad probably made $200,000 a year and spoiled her, and she doesn't know the difference between $200,000 a year and $5 million a year. She doesn't know the difference, guys. Now,
a lot of guys lie about their income too, because they could say, I make $2 million a year, and like literally,
every car.
it's like that easy. Like all you need to do is make about $300,000 a year minimum, and you can buy yourself a Chanel bag.
It's so funny on dating apps. Women tend to lie about their age and their weight. Men lie about their income and their height.
Yeah.
It's that's what we tend to see. I had another point, but I totally forgot. Yeah, we can talk about this real quick. Did you? Oh, you wanted to do this?
Did you want to? Because
no,
it seemed
it's
like
fine.
it was, I was going to say
it's fine. I just wanted to like have you guys understand like the level of unrealistic that is. Do you understand?
There's a meme and it said it's funny how all you basic chicks think some guy's gonna come in and take care of your life one day, and I'm like, I don't think girls really think that, right? We don't, right? Right? It's not a thing, right? But I don't think girls are basic. I think girls have like actually like it's like a bigger divide now. Like women as a whole are getting hotter, successful without men. Like women, I think one of my girlfriends.
I think they're
told
getting
me,
more successful without men.
Yeah, women are
I
getting
also
more
think
successful.
we have a massive problem with obesity in this country. The average girl in this woman, the average woman in this country weighs 168 pounds.
So I came from like a very like my dad was very wealthy, and my mom obviously had me to try to like trap my dad. My dad was very wealthy. We're Jewish, but anyways, I came from my dad being very wealthy, and like I was used to for Christmas I got like Louis Vuitton bags, which isn't normal for a 16-year-old, and like nice gifts and stuff like that. But one thing my dad taught me is he made me work for everything. Like, he did not give me stuff like most trust funds babies get.
My dad was
my dad made me work and said, you're going to have a job, you're going to do something. And he told me, and he was like, the only way you're staying at my house past 18 is if you're going to school and you're trying to build a career for yourself. He told me never depend on a man's money, have your own money, and work your butt off, because when that guy leaves, you're stuck with you, you know? At the end of the day, you have to depend on you.
That's the existential fear that a lot of women have right now. And I think that's one of the things that really puts distrust between the sexes right now is you can't, like, men are in, like, ever since like the late 60s, early 70s, we have had this social narrative about how men are untrustworthy. They ain't shit. They're all dogs, and he's gonna leave you. And so you got to be prepared. You have to have an insurance policy at all times. That means you got to go to college. You got to have your own business. You got to make your own bag. Everything has to be like, you have to have a fail-safe exit plan for you to even begin to trust a guy.
I mean,
and that's
just
what's
have
fucking
4
things up.
boyfriends, right?
Or some. That's the other alternative though. It's like you got one guy that you want to fuck. You got one guy that you want to marry, and you got one guy that you want to tell your
problems to. The first time I ever asked
plan.
my daddy for help is like literally it was about less than a year ago because of the whole divorce situation. And yeah, my dad did, Venmo me, Cash App, whatever you call it, Zelle, $5,000, to help me move to Vegas and stuff like that. But that was like the first time. So I'm very blessed to have a dad like that, because most people don't. So it's like scary because a lot of people don't have their parents to fall back on.
It's nice that you at least recognize that too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are really like blind to the fact that they do have these like fail safes. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Your parents are never like, hopefully they're never gonna let you fall on your ass.
My mom won't.
So,
no, exactly.
My mom's Asian, and like she makes a lot of money. Like, I've never
$6 million a year. I'm just kidding.
More like 9 or something.
She's getting.
Okay, I can say this.
She's got the veterans minimum
Tony
in the
Parker
NBA.
lives in the house I grew up in.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Nice.
Just
I got another question. Go ahead.
Here we go. So I want to bring something up. We had Austin Dunham. He was on my podcast last week, and one of the things he discussed was he's like, how much does it cost to have a girlfriend? We showed the clip last week. We don't need to do it again. But he said it was about $27,000 a year to have a girlfriend. This is not someone that you're living with, but it's just someone in general.
29,000.
27,000. 27,000. So that includes nails, food, all this kind of stuff. Does that seem high or low to you?
That seems high.
cheap.
That
seems high?
cheap.
That is cheap.
It seems cheap.
Low.
Okay.
Cheap.
That seems cheap.
For the year?
That's about that's a little bit more than 2,000. That seems a little bit more than 2,000 a month. That's
I've had
cheap.
my
That's
bank
low.
statement,
Who thinks that's
right?
cheap? That's too low.
cheap.
27,000 a year is too low. Who thinks 27,000 a year is good enough or high or too high? Anybody here 27? Okay, cool. Interesting.
I think it's good enough.
Okay,
Well, that's
okay
what
let me
I
ask you
spend
something.
on myself, like-
At what point per month is the guy a sugar daddy? At what point do you think that is?
I say at 5 to 7 consistent plus. So if he's based at 5 to 7,
It's so funny.
and then
I said
there's
the
some
same thing.
influx.
Yes.
Certain months are influx.
So again, if it's 27,000 a year, that's like 2,000 a month. You're not a sugar daddy. You're just a guy dating a hot girl, right? But at 5,000, I thought it was
the cost of playing the game.
I thought it was somewhere around 3,500 to 5,000 a month. If you are spending 5,000 a month on your girl, and like you're over 14% body fat, whatever, and you're using money in any way to fucking overcome the fact that you're not attractive, I think that puts you in the sugar daddy category.
Yeah,
Right?
I believe in like, you know, to like spoiling your man sometimes. Like I like to like the Australia thing. Like I like to appreciate him and say thank you by like, you know, spoiling him like every once in a while because, you know, I think it's nice and stuff like that.
Well, it's thoughtful.
Yeah.
That is nice.
But that's a
thoughtful.
real girlfriend.
Right.
That's not out of the norm. When you're operating
He lays down the good
in
dick,
real
right?
love and not quid pro quo,
Stop it, Rollo.
Digmatized.
then
Stigmatized.
you're in a real relationship. But when you operate in quid pro quo, this for that,
Yeah.
you're not. That's a business deal. That's,
Exactly.
That's not a
Thank you.
relationship.
All right, the chat wants to know. The chat. I am not asking this. I will not be held responsible for this question.
I'll read
the
it.
chat wants to know if a guy's making $5 million
Okay.
and he only has a 5-inch dick, are you still with him?
He can go get a shot.
I don't care
at
about
the
this. I like
med
small
spa
guys.
and make it bigger.
Good. You get a shot at what?
He can go get the filler at the med spa. He sits down 7 to 10 days. I can refer him